Welcome in, everybody. We hope you're doing well today. Thank you for being here. I feel like I forgot something, but I guess we'll just have to make do. If you guys are catching this on the replay, which I greatly appreciate you guys doing, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. I got to fix my collar so I look good for you folks. So, it's another absolutely beautiful day in my part of the world. I hope it is in your part of the world. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to the channel and everybody else's channel as you guys come in. Hello there from the United States of America, 1417. How are you today, my friend? How are things in your world? We've been anticipating getting bad storms. I'm sitting outside in the outdoor studio and hoping that we'll get some at least some rain. But they are saying north of us is getting some hail and tornadoes and stuff. So I'm really hoping it will dip down to my part of the country. Let me check my weather. I'm glad you're doing good there. Yes, of A there. Let me check the weather real quick. It's been a busy day for us. It's 80 degrees here. Very windy. Well, if he does, we'll deal with him, right? Wow. We got the potential for some storms here today, but sadly, I just don't think they're going to make it to us. We never, just doesn't quite look like it, so. Let me get this pulled back up. So USA, don't worry about Tom. I never worry about who comes and who doesn't come. If we have somebody who misbehaves, then we dispose of them. And I think Tom knows he's on his last leg. So if he comes in today, I'll probably just permanently ban him. Because I think it's time for that. And I know he has a bunch of other aliases that he likes to use. 12 people watching us. You guys drop in and say hello. And we appreciate you all here. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. You subscribe to the channel, and we will subscribe to yours and help you how we can. FD11's in the house. Sorry, I there's no way I could read what you wrote, but thank you for being here. I'm assuming you're maybe from Pakistan or India, based on the writing style. Musasa is here. What is your chess rating? 0. I don't play chess. But I did as a kid, but nah, I never really got into it. How about yourself? Do you have a chess rating? QZ Inby says, MB says, hello to all of y'all. Thank you for thumbs upping. I'm hoping while we're sitting here, we're going to get some storms to fire up and rain to come and hail and lightning and tornadoes. So everybody say hello to everybody if you would. Make sure you subscribe to each other's channels if you have channels. If you have any questions or comments or would like to know anything that I can help you with, I'm happy to do there. Durple says hello. How are you? Appreciate you being here. Thank you guys all for doing the thumbs up thing. Remember, we do have memberships on our channel, Super Chats and PayPal. Mustafa, let me, I think that's a tricky question, to be honest. I think it depends. what you're wanting out of life. What type of life are you wanting? America is a good place to live, absolutely. But the best place to live, I think you really gotta. We need more data. You know, what are you wanting out of your life? What type of life are you wanting? And then that kind of dictates what's going to be best for you. So if you know what type of life you want to live, I can help you a little bit better with that. Now the USA says, yep, they think it is. But ALS, we're not going to entertain you there, little fire boy. Yeah, oh no, don't worry about it, just start it. So the United States has a lot of pluses, a lot of minuses. And it's kind of like any country. If you cannot assimilate in the culture, I think you can have difficulties here. Now, I will say this. I do think the United States of America, because I've been to multiple countries, of course. What I say, I think the United States is one of the countries where it is the easiest to keep your culture, your religion, your way of life, and integrate that into American society. We are truly a melting pot of people from around the world, cultures, religions, foods, everything. So you can find a little bit of everything here in America. So I do think it's really good from that standpoint of being able to immigrate into. I do think you have to be extremely careful not to be arrogant when you're not a true American, born and bred American. Because if you want to jump up and down and say, my culture means more than the American way of life, it's not going to be a good place for you. If you think Americans ought to change to suit your culture, it's not going to be a good place for you, just like any country. The Purple says, I think LA is best. Have you ever been to LA? I'm just asking if you've ever been to LA. Las Vegas. The USA likes Las Vegas. I'm more of a Gulf Coast and Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas type of person that I prefer to live in. But LA is, California, from my perspective, is the worst state to live in, next to New York. New York and California are the two worst states to live in. They have the most, I don't know, craziness that goes on there. So Las Vegas is a great place to visit. It can be a chore to live in, but it's a great place to visit. Hey, Sean's here. All right, buddy. Greetings from Cavite City. I'm here for 1 month. Congratulations. How was your trip, buddy? Let us know how your trip went, what you got planned. Tell us all about it. Everybody say hello to Sean. And I look forward to seeing some of your videos there. But I think that's partly what you got to take in mind. If you have the mindset that you're going to make other people bow down to your culture when you're the stranger, you're the odd man out, it's not going to work. Sean says the trip was 13 hours and no screaming. Woo! Oh, with one screaming. No. 2-year-old child for the whole entire trip, screaming and crying and crying, crying and crying and crying. So, Sean, I got the feeling there may have been a screaming and crying 2-year-old on the trip. A lot of people say that small children have, the ears pop and it really hurts them or bothers them. And then I've talked to some friends or some people who said they just give their kid a little bit of Benadryl before they get on the plane. So that's probably not a good thing to do. So don't take my advice. But I've heard Oh, I used to know when I was single years and years ago, at the college, some women would talk about how if they wanted to have a quiet night at home with their boyfriend or something, they'd give the kid a little bit of Benadryl, and the kid would go to sleep so they could have their funky funk on, and not have to worry about the kid. So, but at least it's only 13 hours, not 15 hours, right? One way to look at it. So, well, thank you all for joining me on this beautiful day. If the tornadoes and the hail and the lightning comes this way, I'll make sure and show it to you on the camera. I'm hoping it does. We need some rain severely bad. And I'm so cheap, I don't like to water my plants unless I absolutely have to. But I'm getting to that point. If we don't get any rain today or tomorrow, I might have to go out there and soak my plants as winter comes on because they are so dry. But well, that's my advice about moving to the United States. It's a great place, but I don't have children, so I get annoyed when I travel like this. I know. But I have kids here now, and they're well behaved. Good. Yeah, we don't have kids either. So when we travel, it can be a little irritating for us because we don't have kids. I try to empathize with the mother and the father, and if they're trying, then I have empathy for them. But if they're just like, yeah, who gives a shit? I don't have empathy for them. Tyler's in the house. Tyler Bliss, thank you for being here. Faith, thank you for the thumbs up. I have a random question. That's great. I love questions. What's your honest opinion of life now with me being young and a U.S. citizen? What now? So let me understand your question. Anya's opinion of life now with me being young. So you're saying that you're a young man. Can I ask how young that is, like under 30? Or, I mean, what do you consider young? Would kind of help. And now you're saying you're also a U.S. citizen? First and foremost, congratulations on becoming a U.S. citizen. And Tyler, okay, so you're 22. All right. So you're a U.S. citizen and you're 22. Now what? Now what is this? Since you're a U.S. citizen and you can get a U.S. passport, you can go anywhere you want in the world. You can travel, you can work. The world has opened up to you because of that U.S. citizenship, right? So it's what you make of it. It's a great opportunity for you, and I hope you kind of recognize that it's a great opportunity. And then take advantage of it. Follow your dreams and do what your heart tells you is the right thing to do. And like with the political system, here's what I can tell, because we voted today. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, but here's what I can tell you with the political system. It's the same, but it changes all the time. So don't get hung up in the political system. All right. Now, I don't know what your nationality is, but keep in mind that there are parts of the country that is more favorable to your nationality over one or the other. So that's just something to keep in mind. Oh, so you're born here. All right. So you're an American. Well, then you got it made, buddy. Tyler, to be honest, if you're a U.S. citizen and you're born and raised here, then you do you. Don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot do. But here's the advice I used to give my young college students. I would tell them, don't go get a job at a young age. Or if you got a job at a young age, get one where you can travel, like join the military. Work for a company that does remote workers from, I don't know, maybe Asia or Germany or South America. Go get some travel experience, real life experience, before you get married and you settle down and you buy a house and you do all of that stuff, okay? So go travel, experience life while you can. So, all right, that's my number one advice. Go travel, one way or the other. And if you can get somebody to pay for your travel, like a company, even better. Tom, we really don't care what you did. Tyler, okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's my best advice, travel. I got so many friends who waited until they were really old to travel and they regretted it. And they all say, gee, I wish. And then I have one couple, well, they're dead now, but I used to know. They taught school right out of college. They went to college. They got teaching degrees. They taught public schools for 25 years. They're a married couple. They quit, sold everything they had. They spent the next 5 years traveling the United States in an RV, did all the other world traveling they wanted. They came back, got teaching jobs again, and they lived out the rest of their life just happy as can be. Sean says, I know who I voted for. I know who I voted for too. So, and I was very happy to do it. And I hope he's, I hope he, oh God, man. So, yeah, but Tyler, but that's really my honest opinion for young men and women. Go travel. Because when you experience, and Sean knows this, Sean's in the Philippines currently, that when you experience another country, and if you can put your attitude in check, open your mind and open your heart in another country, you can learn so much about that other country. But you can turn around and learn more about yourself because you're willing to understand others. And it will truly be inspirational to you, my friend. And the other big thing I tell my college student, or used to, because I'm retired now, is don't think you need to go get a PhD to get a job. Electricians, plumbers, mechanics, welders, you make more money and you have a whole lot less debt. Let's see, my wife and I had a 45-minute message yesterday. Oh wow, 1,000, holy crap. Wow, 1,000 pesos for a 45-minute message? Jesus. That's crazy. Tom, that's up to you. We'll see how you behave. If I'm going to tell you this, Tom, if you're not behaving today, I'm going to delete you permanently and all your aliases because you bore me. I find you boring. So, but travel, travel, travel. I wish I would have done more traveling when I was younger. So, but Sean, I'm looking forward to seeing some of those videos and what's going on. Right now, I'm working on a couple projects. That's good, Tom. So, we're having a little bit of drama in this part of the world with our Phil-Am group, Philippine American group, and just a little bit of drama, not too much. So I put a poll out on my YouTube page. See you, Tom. I have posted 3 or maybe 4 videos since I've been here already. Okay, I'll have to go back and check them. We've been really busy this week. I had doctor's appointments today and yesterday, and I got to take my red dog back to the VET. VET. I got to take the red dog back to the VET tomorrow. Something's going on with her eye. It's discoloring. So I need to get on top of that. I think she had an eye infection. I think a toad spit in her eye, and she got all red and yucky, and we got it cleaned up, but now it's starting to get a little shady. So Michael Johnson's in the house, says hello or howdy, friend. How are you? Speaking from drama. Oh my, not sure what I did. But a mutual friend blocked you. Oh, well. Michael, all I can say is It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? HDN's in the house. Flamingo's here. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, Michael, to you. I'm just saying, Michael, you know what I mean? I hope you understand my message in that, Michael, that whatever, right? I mean, people block us, people like us, people don't like us, people get offended by our words. And remember, when people get offended by our words, that must mean there's truth in our words. So I wouldn't worry about it, Michael. I guess is my big point. I don't think anybody else does. Hello, Flamingo from Miami. Sean says, I brought my Chihuahua. No shit. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. I almost had a no shit moment there for a second. Yeah, you brought the ashes so that you could do the Halloween thing. Doesn't bother. Right. You know what? That's kind of what I mean. Don't let it bother you. But I tried to communicate why you were on with him. I agree. I saw that. I thought, yeah, never was seen or looked. So I was blocked also on YouTube. Well, you didn't lose, no, you've lost nothing. So it's all right. Maybe you two guys are too much alike. I don't know, Michael. But don't sweat it. I mean, I guess that's how I see it. I think you both are good guys. I think you both have issues. It is what it is, right? I bought a Honda ADV 160. Is that kind of like the scooter? Is that a scooters? Sean is agreeing, saying, yeah, just don't worry about it. I get people hating on me all the time. I don't care. Flamingo, whoever is Michael, there aren't very in luxury because you are fun and nurturing. Oh, so Flamingo's telling you, Michael, that you're a fun and interesting person. So whoever blocked you must, must have issues. And we all have issues, I'm telling you, man. Let's see. I got to fix this couch here. I'll show you what I got to do. Or my dog's going to give me dirty looks. Give me a second. You guys can help me. All right, is that good? All right. My dog needs the couch fixed. It's either going to sit in my lap or it's going to sit over there and stare at me. So hang on. Come on. Oh, I know. You want to come too? We're going to have a craziness tonight. All right, let's see. Let me get, sorry, moving around the camera so much. Let me get caught up. Welcome to the real world from HTN. HTN knows who we're talking about. And I am a shadow band user because I am the color red if you want to do the math on that. All right, Lily, come on. Oh, my dog's going to drive me crazy. Come on. Come here, right here. All right, let me get caught up here. Sorry, guys. I'm having to deal with my jealous dogs. Henry HDN saying, "Welcome to the real world." Yeah, HDN probably knows who you're talking about. He's mad at me half the time. Not Henry, not HDN, but the one you're talking about gets mad at me all the time. Flamingo says, "Sorry, David, I had to leave early today. Be back soon. My wife wants to go shopping." You know how it is. Yes, I do. And Flamingo, if you have a wife, why are you trying to date Soul Sister? Michael, I know, right? I thought we're all adults, but no. I want to play games or something, and I'm over it. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. And that's why, whether you like me or not, I just keep going and doing what I do. Maybe I'm arrogant, but that's kind of what I do. Some never grow up. Well, and in this case, that young man is far, 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 far from growing up. Sean says 6:51 a.m. here in the Philippines. You got to get that adjustment time going, Michael. Michael says Sean, you got to get your adjustment. After you get there a few days, you'll get readjusted to the times. So he's giving you the thumbs up. As long as it's good, dude doesn't matter. Yeah, we're good. I don't have any problem. Look, I don't. It's kind of weird, and we do that here. And I was going to talk a little bit about Phil-Am groups or communities. We have a rule in my household that I don't care what beef somebody here has with another person. So what we do is we have parties and events and we have get-togethers and we invite my wife and I, who we want to invite. So we invite who we want to invite. If person A doesn't get along with person B, that ain't my problem. B or A can choose not to come or they can choose to come. I'm not doing that okay, person A, I won't invite person B because you don't like person. Bullshit. We invite who we want to invite. If you don't want to come, you don't come. If you want to come, you come. If you have a beef with somebody else, that's not my problem. You know what I mean? So that's my philosophy. Because as long as you're decent to me, I don't care about your other problems. If you want my advice, I'm happy to give it. But I'm just not. Because I think everybody makes mistakes. And I understand the deficiencies in people. I understand human psychology pretty well, and I get what goes on in certain people's heads and why they are the way they are. I'm just not going to deal with it. HN says, I just do what I feel right and go from there. Damn right, Henry. Pat says, good evening, everybody. Pat's in the house. How's everything for you, Pat? Michael agrees with my rant about whatever the hell I was talking about. Because sometimes you guys all know I get to ranting and a rating and get to running my mouth. So, but I truly feel that way. If two people wanted to sit down and wanted me to be the mediator, all right, I'll do that. But I'm still not going to play games with you. H.N. says they can be adults or they can be children. Well, and I think in this case, HDN, I truly don't think they're on the same level. Never mind, I'm back. So Flamingo, I got a bone to pick with you because you've been wanting to hit on Soul Soother channel, but yet you just told me you were married. So you can't have it both ways, buddy. Not in this channel. Doing good, Brother David. Appreciate you. If you're married, you can't go dating other girls. Just it's the law of the land. Law of the land. Also, I just want to straighten things out. I was never showing excuses for leaving the life. That's all right. I don't have a wife. I just need to do something that I don't want to do. That's fine. You don't got to give any justification for anything. You don't owe me anything. But you, Pat, you like that? You're right, though? Rule number one, when you get married, you can't have girlfriends anymore. It kind of takes care of that. And I'll go a little further for you guys. I have certain rules. You guys are probably starting to figure out that I have a lot of rules in life. But I do. I have a lot of rules and I like my rules. When I was teaching, I had a rule that I never, ever, ever met with a female employee or student behind closed doors one-on-one. Never. If I needed to meet behind closed doors, I would always have another person there, and usually a female. Period. I do the same thing in my marriage. Very rarely have I ever met with a girl one-on-one without my wife. Very rarely. I mean, there may have been occasions that, like when we go on a cruise and I go eat breakfast and the waitress comes and says hi and, can I get you more coffee? Stuff like that. But, it's like I'm going to do an interview of a Filipina here soon. And when she comes over, my wife will be here. I will do it when my wife is here at the house. So that's what I do. I've got to check off a little bit, but I'll be back shortly. All right, Sean, we appreciate you. Be right back, Henry. Sorry, as soon as I post my mess, I realized, that I like soul, but I don't have a wife. I have an ex-wife. Well, that's all right. Don't worry about it, man. I just have certain rules, and I think we should, as men, one thing I believe, and maybe a lot of people agree or disagree with me, I think it's okay to hold ourselves to a higher standard as men. I know it's hard to say, I'm going to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I'm going to do the right thing because if I didn't do the right thing, it would make my wife upset. It would make that person upset or this person upset. So I'm not self-righteous and I'm not a holy man or anything like that. And I know I screw up all the time, but I try to do what is right. I try to do right. What about by my dogs? Because I own them. I take care of them. When I bought them, I took on the duty of raising and taking care of my dogs to the best of my ability. And I've spent thousands upon thousands of dollars keeping my dogs in good health. So I just take things a little bit probably more serious than a lot of people. That's all right, Flamingo. I understand. So don't stress. Don't stress. I understand. And I think we finally did get rid of Tom permanently. I told him I found him extremely boring and he went away and cried. So he shouldn't be back. But so I'm going to work on doing some stuff. I stirred up a little bit of a hornet's nest today. There was some comments on our local Phil Am community stuff today, and I chimed in. Michael says, you seem to have a good sensibility about you on many things. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I do because one thing I try to do is I try to think through the ramifications. I try to think all the way through. Instead of just thinking here, I try to think about, because words is the most powerful thing a human has. Do you know that? Does everybody realize that? A word, your word, is the most powerful thing that a human has, and the language is what separates us from animals. I used to have a dog called Zeus, but he died a few months ago. Sorry to hear that. He was 16. Yeah, that's about the life expectancy. Your tongue, yeah. And so I tried to choose my words carefully, with thought and afterthought, but not all the time. Sometimes I get a little fired up, and I get disgusted. Like today, they were talking, we have a Phil Am organization that just thinks they're the greatest thing in the world, and they suck shit. And they have they don't serve the community as a whole, they serve the small clique. And we won't pay them any more money because I don't like how they do things because I don't think it's inclusive. There's been so many things that we've gone to, sat there, oh, they just awarded one of their friends a contest that nobody knew there was even a contest. Oh, the girl just got Miss Northwest Arkansas Filipino. Nobody knew there was even a contest, or whatever it may be. You know, it drove me crazy. It drives me crazy. Oh wow, we will pray for you. Pat's going to have on November the 6th surgery done my right foot, big toenail removed. Okay, Jesus, wow. I've had ankle reconstruction surgery, knee replacement surgery. Ankle surgery was the worst surgery I ever had. Hopefully your toe won't be that bad. Oh, little Tommy boy's back. Oh, for God's sake, don't worry about him. Should I time him out? No, he hasn't done anything inappropriate yet, Flamingo. So Pat says yes. Well, let's give him a chance. To be a productive member of society. You got to remember, this is a teaching channel, is how I kind of feel. And if somebody can learn from us, whether they like it or not, passively or indirect, however it may be, maybe he sits back a little bit and realizes that men conduct themselves better, right? That this is how you want to be when you become an adult. Somebody who respects others and has good manners and can be a part of a group and carry on a dialogue. Trolls can be fun. They can be. My buddy Henry's back, HTN. HTN's the boss man on this channel. So who did y'all vote for? I never discuss who I vote for. I will discuss how to vote, that you should vote. I encourage you to vote, why it's important to vote. But now look, you'd have to be an idiot to get wrong who I voted for. I mean, it would be, I don't know. I think even Tom could figure out who I voted for. I mean, but I don't ever say who I voted for. So, but it's not like it's a big secret, but I just don't say it. But I do encourage every American to go vote. And then the other thing I'll say on that, and I know a lot of you guys have heard this, is if you're not going to vote, then you don't get a say. Then you get to shut your mouth and mind your business. Because unless you're voting, you got no right to say anything. Michael says, I love teaching method and I love teaching method and ways about you. That's why I connected. Great, thank you. I appreciate that. I wish we could get about 7,000 more people to connect, to be honest. But we're doing pretty good with our little channel. Henry says, don't vote, don't need the argument of politics. Yeah, and we're not going to argue about politics on this channel. I think it's beneath us to argue about politics, and I don't think it's my place to tell you how you should feel or how you should vote. It's just not my place. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to say that. And you're welcome to vote for whoever you wanted to vote for. That's what I say. So don't worry about it. I actually don't think it's a very productive discussion because I don't think politics gets anywhere. Because you know why? Because you and I can't solve the issue of the government. We can't solve anything. The people that we elect in office can't really solve anything. So the discussion about politics is a moot point. You're not going to go anywhere. It's just not going to go anywhere. It's just not. There's nothing there. There's no meat on the bone. So why? Why do it then? HN says, bingo. Pat says, that's right. Leads to nothing. Exactly. There leads to absolutely nothing. I would rather talk about anything else than freaking politics because people get their feelings hurt so much over something they have no control over. Do you guys realize that? We can vote, but we have no control over it. No control over it. It is. It's basically just a cycle, a nightmare, a cycle. And what I tell people, I remember as a little kid listening to my grandparents, right? So this would have been, 30, 40 years ago, listening to them talk about politics in their era, and it was the same thing. It was the same dialogue. Oh, it's freaking horrible. That person's no morals. That late, this, blah, blah, same thing. Same thing. Mark's in the house. Hey, Mark, buddy, appreciate you being here. It's nice to have a country where you have the right and the privilege to argue about politics. That's true. Now, Mark says a good point about that. The fact is that in America, you can discuss politics if you so choose. There's a lot of places you can't. Even in the Philippines, it's a very touchy situation in the Philippines. If you talk too much politics in the Philippines, yeah, you can have people knocking on your door saying, knock it off. And you definitely, as a foreigner, don't have any right. But I also think that no foreigner has the right to talk about politics in any country. It's like I shouldn't be able to tell Israel they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. I have no right to their country or the Philippines or anywhere else. But you're right, Mark. We are blessed in the fact that we can have an open discussion about anything we want to have an open discussion about, unless it's about being, what do they call that word? Woke. Just kidding. It's like woke is the only thing you can't do. Oh my God, how dare you not say I'm really not a XYZer, Just like Bad Neighbors. Flamingo says, good news, sold, wow. Sold $370 worth of stuff yesterday. I'm very proud of you, man. Congratulations. So is the name of your business, because I want to go check it out, Flamingo. Are you saying the name of your business is Flamingo Business on Etsy? Is that where I could find it, or on Facebook? Because I would like to go to see what you do, because maybe I'll buy something. HDN says, just like Bad Neighbors, what type of business do you have? I sell wooden decor items. That's what I mean. I'd like to see what he does, because, some of that stuff's pretty cool. I fish, so I really like wood fish stuff. I'm really into the fishing thing, so I'm always kind of on the outlook for that. And, I like when they blend. I've seen some people blend Philippine maps or flags and American flags together. Those are really cool. So, yeah, you usually go to like farmers markets or something and sell. But Flamingo, I have an email address. It's on my my YouTube page. It's David Hartman _line 72756 at yahoo.com. You can email me a link to your store or something. I'll be happy to go check it out. Maybe I can showcase something on one of my live streams that you have. Yeah, markets. Yeah, I'd be happy to showcase something for you. I'm trying to find someone who can make me a wooden dash. Ooh. Henry, that would be badass. A wooden dashboard. Wow. That would be cool, buddy. I don't know, man. I don't know either, Michael. I don't get it either. I don't and I don't even understand what woke means, to be honest. I mean, somebody told me that I sounded woke one time, and I'm like, well, woke? I'm awake, but I really don't know what woke means. If it means that I got to go around and pretend that I am a he, a it, a she, a bi, a die, and everything else in the alphabet, then I'm not woke. But I don't really know what woke means, to be honest. And I don't think the people who say that they're woke know what they mean either. I don't know. Pat says, do they have expo where you can live Brother David serves all kinds of foods? We do have those here. We have some food expos here. We have a tour of the restaurants. We do. We have 4 or 5 of those a year that I know of, where all these restaurants will showcase their food and food products, food trucks, also stuff like that. Yes, and then we have farmer markets here where you can sell anything at farmers markets, as long as you don't buy it from Walmart and repackage it as something you made or something you grew. You know, you need to really have grown it. Marcus, it doesn't sound proper to me. Yeah, you know. Yeah, just do that, Flamingo. You know, on my page, my email address is there. And you're just email it to me. I'd be happy to check you out because I find stuff interesting. Awaken, yeah, I feel like I'm awakened, but a walk, yeah, I don't know, Henry. And door panels to match. I think that would be badass, Henry. I think that would be cool. Awake but woke. Oh, I woke up this morning, had a backache, went to the doctor, got more drugs. Person identifies a fridge. Yes, you know, that's the same here. Good. I identify as O1. Oh, that's for people who think they know everything. Woke still don't get it. That's what it means. Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Because, I mean, I did. I had a physical therapist, not a physical therapist, and I fired her ass. Um, a therapist for my PTSD who told me one day, oh, you know, you sound like a woke person. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue what that is, but I don't like it. I don't like the way it sounds, so you're terminated. So, my pronouns are fridge, freezer, and freezer, freezing. My goodness. My pronouns are just don't take it, you know, just don't call me late for dinner. Remember that one? You know, you can call me anything but late for dinner. I think people are getting, I really believe this, and I really believe this. And history is why I believe this. These kids today that are running around saying, I identify as non binary, transgender, trans animal, trans bug, trans Wookie, are going to wake up in 30 years and go, what in God's creation did I do to my body? What happened to my boobs? What happened to my testicles? What happened to me? What happened to me? What happened to me? I think they're going to wake up in 25, 30 years praying to God that they could go back in history and change what they did to themselves. I'm humble, I'm binary. I know, man, you're everything. You can, HDN says, I would say that for a beer. That's it. Don't forget me with a beer. I am one. You know, it's Mark says, unfortunately, it does just turn out to be a political argument with little impact on making a real difference or moving the needle. With Electoral College and the national vote total doesn't. I agree, Mark. It's kind of asinine that how we do it, right? I think it's out of date. Totally out of date. Honestly, being gay or trans is more of a fashion thing now rather than an actual issue. I think there's a good argument for that. I think a lot of people what it is this. I'm going to tell you, the psychology behind all of these young people is the same thing back in the 50s. As an example, and I can give you one from the 60s and the 70s too. Is back in the 50s, the kids that didn't feel like they fit in, what did they do? You know, they wore the leather jackets, they greased the hair back. In the 20s, they wore zoot suits and danced, right? The 60s was the hippies. It's the exact same thing. It's young people that don't know where they belong. They want acceptance, and so they're going to cling on to any whatever the movement is. It could be a movement where we shave our heads and we all wear hats. And that's where they're going to migrate, so they feel like they are loved, they feel like they are wanted, and they contribute to a group identity. That's what they're looking for. It may not be who they really are in 30 years or ever was, but that's why they do it. There are 10 types of people in the world that underestimate those that understand binary and those that do not. I don't understand it. It's a fad. It's a way of fitting in. It's a club, is what it is. It's like some kids go to the Boy Scouts or the 4-H club, or they get into bicycling and they're all into that, or they're into band, or they're into this, or they're into mechanics, cars. That's what it is. It's a safe place for young people who don't have confidence in themselves to find somewhere safe to land where they will be hugged and say, it's okay, we will take you in. No matter what, we will take you in. Michael says, woke people get mad, set things on fire to protest, even if it's a soft destruction in the long run. I agree. That's one thing that blows my mind. They do not see outside of that litter box. They can't see. They can't see outside of the box. And they don't want to see, because when you step outside of your box, you now got to think for yourself. If you're inside the hippie movement, you don't have to think for yourself. You just go along with the movement. If you're in the greaser era, you just go along with the movement. If you're in the gang, you don't have to think for yourself. You just go along with the movement. That's it. So that's why it's so comfortable for them, because decisions are made for them. They're told what to think and how to behave. And then they're quit. And then they are accepted for that behavior. And a lot of times, not only are they accepted, they are rewarded. They're patted on the back, saying, yes, brother, yes, sister, yes, non-binary, third degree, fourth dog person, we accept you. Yes, have you ever thought about being a butterfly? Yeah, I really want to be one. Well, then you're now a butterfly. They feel that acceptance is why they do that. And that's been the way history has been throughout forever. Even way back in the Crusades, the people, the holier than thou people, it's just the way it is. It's how people get along in the world. Number 10 equals 2 in binary. That's funny. Lemmings. Yeah, lemmings. Yeah. Right. Lemmings off of a cliff. Asian says, I'm still trying to figure out the new math today. Is there new math? I thought 2 plus 2 was still 4. No, am I wrong? Keep it simple. What does that say? Keep it simple, stupid, or something? I'm a big believer. Keep it simple. Michael says, I think I'm a little autistic or something because I never fit into a box. Always just different. Well, I do think there's a lot of people that don't stay in a box. I was a jock, and I enjoyed being a jock. I was a drinker. I enjoyed that when I was a kid. I was a rough kid, a mean kid, a tough kid. I enjoyed all that, but that is just part of who I was going through anyway. Flamingo says, I'm just really worried for the future of our country. I'm not worried about it at all. That's what's going to happen to our military. We can't expect these woke people to fight a war against Russia, China. It's very concerning. I'm going to say this. I agree with what you're saying about it doesn't feel like that we could count on these young people to go to war for America if we needed to. The good thing is it's such of a small population, a small percentage of the population, that we're not going to have to. And with the technology of today, no wars, especially on our level, will not be fought on the ground. It's going to be fought by the computer and the drones. So we don't need these dysfunctional young people to go to war. But I will also say this: I do believe, like Mike Tyson says this, when you get punched, everybody's a tough guy until you get punched in the face. So I think if something bad ever happened like that, the woke society would be punched in the face, so to speak. And a lot of them would get their happy asses out of that woke society and get it together, because I think they have it in them. And I think they could be counted on. I do. I think it's just a safe zone for them, but I don't think that's really who they are. Deep down. You want to come here, Lily? Or you want to go look at a toad? All right. Well, and I agree. You know, there's a good chance that the way they're perceived and seen, they would never make it through basic training. But I think there's a large number of that small population of woke people who could turn it off, just like hippies did, just like the greasers did. You know, when shit hits the fan, boom, they're ready to go. They can be back to normal, so to speak. Is what I think. I think Plantera, Planter. So, but I don't think the United States will ever need an invading ground force again. If they do, they'll just call on the older generation, who already has their own weapons to do it. But I agree that it is a concern what's going to happen in the future. All right, Flamingo, take care and be safe, and good luck with your merchandise. CB Up Dog. Up Dog. Yeah, my dog is somewhere. One of my dogs. My dog with the crippled leg is out there in the yard. I just think people are. I think people are tougher than they think they are when they get smacked in the face. I like to believe that. I like to believe that when the crap hits the fan, that people will turn off the nonsense and step up to the plate. I want to believe that. HTN and Michael saying, see ya, Flamingo, and good luck with selling your wooden products. So that's kind of what I think. I hope, anyway. I hope. But I also think another 10 years and this stupid wokeness will be gone. Because it already seems to be dying down some, doesn't it? Isn't the silliness starting to go down somewhat, I think? At least around this part of the country, I'm not seeing as many, because they had to go get jobs. They needed to get a job and live and pay bills. And so, I think they figured out that they got to kind of put the bullshit on the curb and get a job and make a living and go to work and pay bills. Michael says, oh man, later, should have checked out the latest videos I uploaded. It shows me and Venus up and personal in our home. Nice. Maybe too much, but cutting fruit, etc. Okay, I'll check it out. I hope you're cutting fruit while you're wearing your clothes, is all I can say. But there's a really good viral video that's out there about this HR lady talking about, we can deal with that, I guess. Yeah. Well, hopefully you're the one, or she's the one without the shirt on, not you, so, I don't know, man, how I feel about that. But I think the woke people, the people that are buying into this club, are realizing long term this is not sustainable because they can't get jobs. Because in HR, there's a viral video of the HR person saying, why would we hire somebody who's woke, who, because they would be one, a disruption at the company, two, they would be the first to sue us if something, if they didn't get their way, they would demand everybody do it their way, right? They would demand more time off, and they would just be nothing. And so HR directors are going, we're not touching them with a 10-foot pole. And I think the kids are starting to realize, unless they want to work at Burger King all their life, they kind of need to get their shit together and be a little bit more like adults. Michael says, I don't want my hairy nipples. We don't want to see them either, buddy. Should I send you some fly paper to the Philippines? You know. But that's kind of what I think. I think the movement's already starting to die. Because one, nobody gives a crap anymore. And the kids can't get jobs. They can't live. They can't work. They're an embarrassment, and they know they are. They're a joke on the internet, right? So when they, what do they call that? When the public turns on you, then you know your movement is over. It's kind of like, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, the white boy movement, whatever that was called. I don't remember what they were called. Once, you know, every generation is seeking a way to be seen and validated, correct? Binary, non-binary. Identification is a new way by creating shock value. Absolutely. However, our civil rights do end where their emotions begin. I know, that's what they think. They think our civil rights end because they feel a certain way. And feelings do not trump rights. And that's something I think they've had to learn the hard way. John's in the house, Biden's laptop for Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like all of those things. At one point or another, the tide changes. And it's changing for the kids that want to stand up there and call us all horrible people because we don't want to address them as non-binary plus dog plus cat plus third generation alien toadsucker. I don't know, but I'm just not going to do it. If I see something that looks like a woman, I say yes, ma'am, no, sir. You know, if you don't like it, get offended. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to be polite. I could say, hello, asshole. I could dress you all. And I told somebody that this was 4 or 5 months ago. Lorelai and I was, we're at a zoo. We were at a zoo, and I got a drink or something. I don't remember what it was. And I said, oh, thank you, sir. And then I'm not a sir. And I looked at him, her, what I thought was a man. Looked kind of like me, fat and old and ugly. And I said, oh, well, sorry. Thank you, asshole. And left. Okay, you don't want me to call you sir? I'll just call you an asshole. Because you have one. Everybody has one, right? And I don't know. Fine. You don't like it? I'll just call you an asshole. So, and that's my answer. Fine, I'll just call you asshole then. John says, the truth hurts? Yes. We all go through things in life. But I have saying that stands true. Probably will for many years. I'll tell it in the next message. God, God, Michael, you know, I'm going to write a book. When the pain is to remain the same, what? When the pain to remain the same outweighs the pain to change, people would. Let me digest this. I gotta get this in my head. When the pain to remain the same outweighs the pain. Oh, I got you. I get it. I would agree with that. So when it hurts more to remain the way that you are versus changing, you will change. I agree. Pat agrees, it does. It just took me a minute to read it. Tom says he's a he, him, whatever he is. Nobody cares what Tom is. I prefer Mr. There's Kiko, Mr. Butthole. Yeah, but right. I mean, how dare you? We don't do pronouns on this channel. I take painkillers. My doctor offered to give me more today, and I turned them down. I'm regretting that at this point. I should have said, "Yeah, doc, I'll take them," but I turned them down. Yeah, it's a funny word. American folk crack me up. I'm happy for you. Yeah, yeah. Tom official is a pronoun. Thugs with drugs. That's it. That's it, John. But Kiko's in the house. I think I welcome you properly, Kiko. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. So, but it's real simple, right? Young Miss Bai is in the house. Hello to you. Good morning. How are you? Everybody say hello to young Miss Bai. She has a channel. Michael has a channel. Sanders isn't in here yet today, but we appreciate you being here. I don't know who else is here. Oh, Thomas ain't David. Come on. I'm trying to be a better version of myself, and you're just dishing me. Can you give me a second chance? Here's what I'm going to tell all little kids. It's not up to me to give you a second chance. It's up to you to give yourself a second chance. Michael's using that fancy foreign language. Kiko's saying hello to Bai. Henry's saying, hello, Bai. How are you? John, I'm boiling hot dogs and we'll eat them. Oh, John, you piece of dog poo-poo. Man, I love hot dogs and chili dogs. You suck, John. Everybody tell John he sucks, because I like chili dogs. Bai is saying hello to you, Kiko. I haven't timed you. Let's see, there you go. Michael Johnson said he hasn't timed you out yet today. So that's being good. John isn't mentally, I'm a kid. I know that's what your wife tells us. Michael says, yeah, I gotta love chili dogs. God, I love chili dogs. How can I improve myself? You're wise, so wise. I've told you 5 million times how to improve yourself. I don't think you're listening is your problem. You have to listen and take those words in. You have to hear. You have to hear those words. Plus, you need to earn it by being more respectful, Henry says. Good. That's a good point. Just be more. Henry has a very good point. HTN says, Tom, if you really want better, then do better. Be better. You earn it by being that way. Everybody has time to learn no matter how old you are. Michael says, maybe I can help Tom. Okay. Michael, hey, Tom, I'm going to officially assign Michael Johnson to be your mentor on this live stream. So he is going to be your mentor, your educator. So, yeah, you got that right. If you ask the same question over and over again and expect a different answer, that's a definition of insanity. And or somebody who's not listening. Oh, man. Well, I put a new poll on my YouTube channel asking all of you guys, what are the good things and the bad things about Phil-Am organizations, Filipino American organizations? Because we're having some drama with the one here a little bit that I stuck my nose in today. And so I decided to ask all of you guys in the world some good things and bad things. Michael says you can clean your ears, which is always good. Mama always told us to clean our ears. I don't know anything about them. That's okay. Yeah, well. That's okay, Michael. Yeah, I got it. And I know Kiko knows about them. And Henry's familiar with them somewhat. Um, Ours is kind of secretive here. It's like they got a small group that runs things, and they award themselves awards and prizes and contests and things. And it doesn't seem like they're working for the whole of the good. They're working for 10% of the population. And so I kind of threw that out there today, and that kind of offended some people. And I had to tell some people, well, if my words offend you, then there must be truth in my words. All good. You're making new friends right now. See, now you're getting ready to have Michael punch you in the nose and give you a times out because what you're saying here, young Tom, and remember everybody, Tom's a little boy. I mean, he literally is a little boy. I don't know what to do with all this information. I just don't have money for the gas. See, he's being a smartass, and so that's going to cause one of the adults to smack you in the nose. Big John says things that are positive are good. Oh my God, John. Constructive criticism is good. Yes, John. I need to quit moving this camera so much. There we go. A lot of folks just fool themselves and pretend to be real friends. Well, we have that problem. And one of the girls today called that out. And it started a little bit of a shitstorm. And so I wanted to chime in. And I did very generic and telling them all basically that they have their egos are in the way. They do these organizations for the good of the community, right? And I proposed that question. I said, are you truly doing what's good for the Filipino community? Are you doing what's good for a few's egos? And it seems like you're doing what's good for a few people's ego, not what's good for everybody in the community. Make real fake friends? Yes. So we stirred up a little bit of a shitstorm today. And then somebody said, well, we'd really like to discuss our shortfalls with you. And I said, great. I am always happy to publicly discuss any issues or any topics, answer any questions that you may have about anything, as long as there's full disclosure and an open and productive dialogue. They don't want the full disclosure. I want to see the bank book and how they make decisions on who gets awarded the scholarships. Michael says, can you truly just vet what they are doing? Yeah, that's it. Reborn Trolls, good evening. Oh, Tom. Yeah. Tom. I'm a very giving person and able to help out a lot, but I do it locally here. Well, yeah, it's, we do the same. James is in the house. James, hello, buddy. How are you, my friend? Everybody say hello to James Robinson. He has a great YouTube channel. James Robinson is my very, very first YouTube subscriber. You guys know that? He is the #1 YouTube subscriber. My very first one, and he stuck with us all these years. James, why do you stick around after you got to know us? Why are you still here? By not participating in the charades. That's it. Tom is saying, no, I didn't mean to be rude or anything. Just forgot you wouldn't understand the phrase. No worries. Hello, James from Michael. Kiko says, uno nuno to James. John Balut, I'm too lazy to be fake. Less more, don't have a lot of people on Facebook. Life is good. Life is good for you because you're eating chili dogs. Don't be lying, John. You're eating chili dogs. That's why your life is good. Man, I like chili dogs. Damn, I can only eat one of them. But damn, I like chili dogs. Where'd my go? I sub to you. Hope my small, humble, and brand new channel will be blessed with your subs. But it's up to you. Yeah, everybody subscribe to everybody. Michael's trying to grow his channel. James is growing his. I'm trying to grow mine. James says, well, David, I stuck around because I increased my knowledge about the Philippines through you and your wife. Well, we appreciate that, James, we really do. It's been a pleasure having James as one of our personal buddies. Michael says, damn it, I love chili dogs. Michael, how can I use the information you gave me in everyday life? What can I infer from this, and what connotations does it have? Connotations. No, they don't. Michael, Jollibee doesn't have chili dogs. Freaking Filipinos don't know what chili is. Don't be doing that, man. They don't have chili. If you're getting a chili dog at Jollibee, I think there's a problem with the restrooms at Jollibee, because Jollibee don't have chili dogs. It's not the same. I don't know. I never saw a chili dog at Jollibee's. John goes to Jollibee. John's in here. John, you go to Jollibee all the time. Does Jollibee have chili dogs? Wait, I ordered through Food Panda. It must be a good dog or a good chili, something. Let me verify. All right, you better verify. He'll get to you. Tom Michael will get to you. He's busy entertaining other conversations while he's trying to help you out. Say they don't have chili dogs. I'm just telling you. If they did, there's something wrong with the bathroom. From second account of yours. Yeah. TFDT is one of his ninjas. He also has TFD3 and Mark as his ninjas. So how did we get talking about chili dogs? R2D2, yes. Does anybody know what R2D2 stood for? Does anybody know what that stood for? I remembered, or I knew at one time as a kid. I don't remember now. Yeah, I don't, what is it? Man. Oh, I was going to tell you guys. Well, I can't even think of the name of it now. Man, I'm getting too old. My brain's too squishy. I watched a really good Netflix series the other day that I think a lot of you guys would like. It's called Last Night at... It's called The Last Night at Tangor Beach. I think it was Tangor Beach. It's a Spanish show, but it's dubbed into English. Rest, relaxation, Dumb and Dumber. There you go. Might just be. Tandor Beach, something like that. Really good series. I think it was Spanish. Not Spanish like in Mexico Spanish, like Spain, real Spain. Spain and Amsterdam was involved. So it was a really good show, man. I watched it and I won't tell you the end, but it was a mind screw with you. It was a good show. All right, Michael says they have meaty hot dog with cheese, yes, which is gross, special dressing, which is gross, and ketchup, which is gross, as they spell it. Have you seen a new Salem? No, but I want to. It's on Cinemax. I have not, but I really, really want to. Tom, be patient. I was so wrong. I stand corrected. That's all right. As long as you have clothes on in your videos, we will forgive you. Yeah, all right. No, I really want to see it, though. I really, really do. Man, I like Salem a lot. I read the book as a kid. Michael's telling you, Tom, one of the things to help you grow up is be patient. If not, he will time you out. I'd really like to see it. I really would. But we don't have Cinemax. I don't even have cable television anymore. I have Netflix and a few other things. Amazon Prime and Prime. What's the other one? Paramount. I have Paramount Plus. What do R2D2, C230 stand for? They aren't abbreviations. They're not? I didn't realize that, James. They are the model and serial number. R2 is second derivative of the R series. Serial number D. Really? I didn't know that. How about that? See, James? That's why we have you around, man. With the serial number 3PO, likely several more numbers that dropped from the sake of time. Okay, time, I have for one question. Okay, Michael's telling you, Tom, you can ask him a question. Hopefully Netflix will have it. Hopefully that, yeah. Have you guys seen Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone? Is that who that's in that? Man, Tulsa King is a really good show if you guys haven't watched it. Thanks, Michael, for my question. How do you get people to like me? Michael. Okay, first thing you need to do is give people time to learn about you. So I suggest that you tell us about yourself. There you go. Kiko says you give them free stuff. Kiko, I tried that as a young man. I was trying to give girls my free stuff all the time, and they didn't like me. And I mean all the time. Free stuff. But Tulsa King, if you guys haven't seen it, man, you guys should check out Tulsa King. It's a pretty good show. For iPhones, oh God, I know. People like themselves. That's true. That's true. You can use body language. You can use mirroring body language to get people to like you too. Okay, my name is Tom. As you all know, I am 15 years old. I live in England. I love football, which is soccer because it's really not football. And space. When I'm older, I want to do astrophysics, the study of the universe. I already know how a lot about space, bug in my face. I read many books on it. Excellent. And I take online classes. That's why you have so much time to play on the internet, because you're online so much, right, Tom? Too bad for Craig. Kiko, Craig's going to be gone this week. He had a death in the family. He was here last night and said that he had a lot to deal with this week, Kiko. So I told him I would pass it along so everybody knew. If they didn't see him this week, that's why, Kiko. So Michael's going to ask Tom a personal question. But I really enjoyed that last night at Timor Beach. Man, it was a good show. You kind of got hooked in the beginning, and man, I am glad I watched it all the way through because the last couple of episodes blew my mind. There's 8 episodes, so 8 hours. You guys can do it. I know you can do it. But I want to watch it in Salem's Lot. And then we started watching another new series of the night, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, I'm starting to see some clouds. We're trying to get some rain here today, Kiko. We got storms out west of us, and we haven't had rain in almost 2 months. So I'm really hoping and praise it rains. We're supposed to get some hail and maybe tornadoes through Kansas City and heavy rains and all kinds of shit, but right now it's staying away. John says, my son's having a Krispy cream donut birthday party, damn, at his school. He's 9 years old. Oh, tomorrow's his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday to John's little boy. 9 years old, and my wife bought 2 donuts for each student and teacher. Man, only 2 donuts? Man, John. Man, that teacher can eat 5 donuts herself. Tom is in college. I took up space. Tom, in college, I took up space. I've been diagnosed, this is from Michael. I've been diagnosed with any type of mental or physical things. Have you been diagnosed with any type of mental or physical things? Reason I ask is I see a pattern with you, and I'm familiar with patterns and things as such. Nice, Kiko. Are you familiar with the string theory? Yeah, it's on his kite. My string theory is on my fishing poles. 15 years old. Yep. 63 tomorrow. That's right, and it's Kiko's birthday. I forgot about that. Little JB and Kiko himself. My birthday is next month. I turn 21. John, what's his name? Tom. Only around bees. I know string theory, but how about quantum entanglement? Man, I get myself quantum entangled all the time. I get entangled all the time. You should have seen the entanglement I was in today. They're building a brand new multi-billion-dollar campus for Walmart home office here. We're not here, but where my doctor is, about 10 minutes up the road, 15 minutes up the road. And this thing is probably 20 acres. It takes up a whole part of Bentonville, Arkansas. It's gigantic. And they are having to redirect a major road. I mean, and today it was bad. Yes, vibrations. Good vibrations. Good evening. Young Sanders is in the house. Thank you for being here, sir. Everybody subscribe to Young Sanders if you haven't done that already. Waves rather than vibrations, but yeah, toy are along the same lines. Kiko says, good vibrations. That's the entanglement, but it's been tested. I was tested today by the Beach Boys. I can go into it further, but it would take too long to type. I mean, the construction around Walmart's new 20-acre campus is unbelievable. I mean, you guys would never imagine they have to be spending $1 billion+ to build this place. It's going to have everything in it. It's going to have built-in coffee shops, and it's going to have a car service to bring people into the building from the parking lots. Because, man. Henry saying hello to Kiko and Tate. Michael, okay, Tom. Hit me up on the side if you want to be friends. I understand maybe some of what you speak. I'm trying to figure out HDN is how I got so popular to get a zillion phone calls in one day. Oh, I'm sorry, Henry. I gave your phone number out to 1-800, please call this number. I wrote it on the bathroom stalls. Everywhere we went today, I wrote your number on the bathroom stall. And said, for a good time, please call us HTN. Yeah, Papa S. Henry. Pat says, have you been to Kenny Rogers restaurant when they was in business in the United States, Brother David? No, I didn't know Kenny Rogers had a restaurant. I love Kenny Rogers, to be honest. But no, I didn't know he even had a restaurant. Where were they located out of? Does anybody know where there was a Kenny Rogers restaurant? I know about Paula Dean's restaurant, but I don't want to go there. Dolly Parton has a restaurant close to us. It's called the Dolly Parton Stampede, but it's like freaking $89. But I do not want to blow up his chat with Tom Talk. There you go. What do you mean, hit me up on the side? It's unfamiliar. Sup, Henry from Sanders. John says, I got a book in the mail today. Great. The Well-Lived Life of Gladys McGarry, MD, wrote. Oh, wait. No, I don't know that book. They're still here. Great stuff. They did. Started off in Tennessee. I didn't know that, no. The Gambler. Great movie, great music. I grew up listening to Kenny Rogers. I like Kenny Rogers. And John Denver. Yo, you been to the Stampede also? The Dixie Stampede in Branson, Missouri? Or is there one in Tennessee? We have one in Branson, Missouri, which is about an hour and 50 minutes from us. Michael, I don't understand what you mean by hit me up on the side. Can you explain? Yeah, you got to lay on your side so that he can hit you. Pat says, I know the Philippines has... Really? The Philippines has a Kenny Rogers restaurant? I'll be damned. Michael says, Tom, find me on Facebook or something. That you got his name right there. That's his real name. So you can Facebook him, is what he's meaning. Connect with him on Facebook. Wow, you must have been a bad young man for your parents not let you have Facebook. Kenny Rogers Roaster. Me too. Generation doesn't use Facebook. All right. No, the original. In Tennessee, the original near Dollywood. I haven't been to Dollywood, but I've been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Yeah. The young folks are on to the newer connections. I got you, like Tiki Taki. Wow, I didn't know they were there. I didn't know that. Does the Filipinos know what who Kenny Rogers is? I mean, or do they just think it's some dude that opened up a restaurant, or do they know? You know what I mean? I have a side chick. My wife likes to be on my side job. That's the same. I have a girlfriend. Tom has a girlfriend. That's nice, Tom. We're very happy for you. Yes, they love music. Well, I know they love music, but do they? But they actually know who Kenny Rogers is? Yeah, trust me. I get karaoke blasted, and I still have nightmares about karaoke. You know. Remember the first time I talked to you, asked for girl advice. It was actually useful because when I asked her out, she said, yes, congratulations, thank you. No worries, Tom. I'm glad my advice can be helpful. There are businesses that went to the Philippines. They sold out to some people there. Kenny and Dolly, Islands in the Stream. I've never been a big Dolly fan. I mean, some of them is okay, like 9 to 5 and Jolene is pretty good. Jolene was redone here recently by one of the country girls. I don't remember who, but somebody did it over, and it was pretty good. I actually, if you want to talk about country, I really like, what's the lady's name? She's dead. Loretta Lynn. She was always, and Patsy Cline. Michael says, we need to do a FaceTime so I can tell you stories. David is the world's best matchmaker. I am. I do a good job. I try, right, Kiko? I try, and I don't even charge. I don't even charge. Not even $1. I know 2 people that played the guitar on Jolene. Nice. Henry's a music guy. If HTN's a big music guy. Randy Travis, yeah. I liked his Digging Up Bones. Randy Travis was Digging Up Bones, right? And I liked it when he was on the Matlock show with Andy Griffin. That was a good episode. Michael says, Patsy Cline, I saw her dress after the plane. Wow. That girl had a voice now. I'm just telling you. Patsy Cline could sing. I think her and, believe it or not, I think Lady Gaga has an unbelievable voice. She doesn't need all the weird shit she does. That girl could be hidden behind a wall and sing, and her voice is unbelievable. People would not believe me if I hadn't told them. Crazy, crazy for you. I won't set people up so they can't blame me for the bad relationship. She's a good singer, yeah. But I really like the story of Coal Miner Daughter and all that stuff. And you guys ever watch American Idol? Her granddaughter was on and came in like in the top 5 or 6 last year. Patsy Cline, not Patsy Cline, but Loren's granddaughter was on there. Good pipes on those mentioned, yeah. And then of course, I can't think of the fat Hawaiian kid. He kind of reminds me of me, but fatter, or not, maybe I'm fatter, I don't know. But he won American Idol a couple years ago. Man, I dug his vibe. John says, I live in Fargo, North Dakota, where Buddy Holly plane crashed. Oh my, Richie Valens and all that, the day the music died. That's part of one of my favorite, my all-time favorite songs is Bye Bye Miss American Pie by Don McLean. I think it was the greatest song ever written. And I got to see the documentary about 6 months ago about Don McLean and how he wrote it and what things truly meant. If you ever get a chance, watch that because it'll blow your mind. It is way deeper than you ever imagined. I stopped commenting on music, folks, because I have too many or know too many people. That's all right. Well, it's not Thursday night. It's cold out, you know. Now that the weather is changing, I got to stay warm. All of my tropical shirts, which I love to death, maybe I can put maybe I'll do that, Kiko. How will that make you feel better? Maybe I'll put a sweatshirt under my shirt, under my tropical shirts, because they're so thin, and a lot of them are designed, you know, with like the silk or the rayon or whatever it is, and it kind of makes you cold. So I'll start wearing them, but I'll put them over a shirt. Lorelai's trying to buy me a Hawaiian Christmas shirt, you know, a Santa Claus type shirt. She's asking me today to pick one out, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Mama Via shirt. Yeah, see, this is my Miami shirt. See, I got my hamburger hanging out. See, you know, just keep something on. But man, I do love tropical shirts. I got a lot of them. Oh, that reminds me, I got something I got to do about those too. But it's starting to get chilly out. So I kind of switched to sweatshirts during the winter a lot because it's just warmer. Don't watch any of my videos then because of the shirt thing. Good shirts. I love them. I love them. I've gotten some as gifts from YouTube subscribers, believe it or not. So, and I've given a bunch away too. I gave some way to some kids, some younger guys that are bigger, you know, And I knew, they didn't have a lot, so I gave them some of my shirts. Not just the fedora. Yeah, you got to have fedoras. I need more hats. I do need, Kiko, I do need more hats. I really do. I need a purple hat like this, but purple. I really do. And I need a light gray hat like this too, this style, fedora style. And it could be a stingy brim, you know, or 2.5 inch or a 2 inch. It doesn't really matter, But I need a few new hats. I really do. It's the Philippines. Yeah, but we still want to see. We don't want to see your 90-year-old body. Huh, Lily? What? You okay? It always tells the cops that he really wasn't naked. He's just wearing the fedora. That's right. I'm not naked. I got my hat on. Do as I do. Wear a do-rag. When I rode motorcycles, I do, and when I bicycle, I do, under my helmet. But and sometimes when I fish, I wear a do-rag under my fishing hats because, you sweat so much, it's so hot. But my wife doesn't like do-rags. She thinks it makes me look too intimidating. Things I scare people. I showed her a picture of Henry and said, "You think I scare people? Look at Henry." Gumshoe hats, Mike Guff Private Eye hat. Yes, I like hats. I really do. I need a lot. I need some more flat caps too. I would like to have a true top hat, and would really like to have a beaver hat, and I would like to have a very traditional straw pork pie hat. I got my dad's hat like that. Nice. Hi, Diana. Oh, so Soother's in the house. She says she loves hats. And she loves men that wear hats because we look so handsome. Everybody say hello to So Soother. Diana's in the house. Thank you for being here. Everybody say hello to her. Thank her for coming in and thanking everybody for the thumbs up again. As always, sexy. That's right. That's right, baby. We don't want to make Kiko cringe, but Kiko's jealous, right? Yeah, Henry wears do-rags. Wasn't there a band, Men with Hats? I don't know. There was a band called Men Down Under, which I really enjoyed. Michael says, or was it Without, Man Without? Oh, you're thinking of Wham. Are you thinking about Wham? They had the lampshade hats? You're thinking about, wasn't it Wham who had the red lampshade hats back in the, on MTV? Ah, she wears a lot of hats. Women look good in hats. I got my wife a whole bunch of hats too. She doesn't wear them, but I try to convince her she looks pretty in them, but she still doesn't wear them. That's cool. A flat hat with the plum feather. Nice. I got a couple flat hats, but not enough. I need them in different colors. Only got gray, tan, and black. And I need a couple different shades of blue flat caps. And I'd like to have a pink flat cap too. Let's see. Nope, that was Duran Duran. Duran Duran wore those hats? Are you sure? Are you sure Duran Duran wore the lampshade hats, those red hats? I don't think that was Duran Duran. That was Wham. Duran Duran was too cool, man. They smoked dope and everything. They were cool back in the day. Soul saying hello to you, Michael. Music or something. Michael says, wait a minute, I gotta Google it. Devo, that's what it was. Devo. So Soother knows. It was Devo that had those lampshade hats. Because we had a lamp that had those shades on it growing up in the 70s. Remember those shades? I wish I could find a lampshade like that again, because those were really cool. We had one growing up, and it was red too. American bald eagle feather plum. Ah, well now, John, you're probably the only one in here that would be legally allowable to have that American eagle feather. Somebody like me is not allowed that, and then I wouldn't have one because of that. Hello, Soul Soother from Tate. Young Sanders. Michael said, yeah, it's Devo. So Michael's now admitting he was wrong. Good, Michael. First step to growing and becoming wise is admitting you're wrong. Devo, not Wham. That's the one he mentioned. Hello, host from Jose. Hey, good to have you here. And fellow YouTubers, thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Devo, Devo. Everybody say Devo. Wham was George Michael. Okay, okay. That's a good point. All right. And some other guy. Google men without hats. Men without hats. And somebody out there Google it. I liked Men Down Under. I really did. I like hats, though. I just don't want any cowboy hats. And, but flat caps are cool. I got a few of those. And I want a bowler hat. I need a bowler hat, if that's how you pronounce it. The ones that are made out of wool, they're kind of stoutier and stiffer, and they kind of flare up on the sides. Yeah, I said Men at Work. Yeah, Men at Work was the Australian band. Men at Work or Men Down Under. Or maybe Men at Work sang about Men Down Under. Or did Men Down Under sing about Men at Work? Down Under. Raspberry Beret. Raspberry was Prince, right? Men at Work, I have that CD still. Man, you're getting old. Men at Work is the band. Okay. Prince, yeah. Land Down Under, okay. Yeah, I love that one. See, why isn't there any good music now? That's what I don't understand. How come nobody produces any good music anymore? I don't get that. They have to sing old songs, to get any likes on YouTube. But okay, here's a question for all of you guys, since we're all about the same age bracket. I want to let me know if you were there when MTV first came on the air. Were you? Were you there when MTV first came on the very first day? I was. Nothing new under the sun. One album in particular, Songs I Used to Tune Studios, is coming soon. Good night, everybody from Pat. Pat, thank you for being here once again. We appreciate you, my friend. Soul Soother is saying, oh yeah, everybody say good night to Pat. Video killed the radio star. Yes, video jockeys. I watched the very first MTV. I did. I was there. Me and a buddy. Downtown Julie Brown. Toto. I have that record. I have that 45 in my closet. I used that to tune the studios. Nice. Henry was. So Henry and I were hanging out watching the same MTV when it happened. But I was there. And we watched it all freaking summer. Videos were good. The women, hot, sexy, the cars, ZZ Top. You used to have a ZZ Top King Chang, legs, Little old band from Texas, ZZ Top. REO Speedwagon, Eagles. Boston is one of my favorite groups. Some people say, well, all their music sounds alike. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of why I like it. It's good music and it all sounds alike. So I can just keep listening to it over and over and over and over and over. Hot for the Teacher. Yes, David Reloff and whatever his name is. Eddie Van Halen, all them old guys are still alive and kicking. Fat bottom girls make the world go round. I love Queen. I got their greatest hits in the closet, but I can't play it here. It makes Lorelai sad. So I can't listen to Bohemian Rhapsody because it makes Lorelai sad. It happened to be playing when her mother died. So she won't, I can't listen to it. Yep, Egos. I saw the Egos and REO Speedwagon in concert. Godsmack, remember them? And Dee Snider and Twisted Sister. You know. The real question is does that mean that we're old? So in 1984, I was watching TV while programming assembly language on a Commodore 64. Man, you are old, Michael. Jesus. Journey, REO Speedwagon, Journey, Starship. Man. Can't tell you why. Vintage, love the music. I remember the right first video MTV. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Me and a buddy, we were sitting there watching it when it came on. We thought it was going to be epic. And is MTV even in existence? Is it still on TV? Thriller, Michael Jackson. That's right. That was a good video. Man in the Mirror. You know, here's what's funny. I'm going to tell you something here's funny. Because now that we don't have cable, I turned it off because I got tired of paying all that money for it. But we have smart TVs, and so the smart TV comes pre-programmed to like 200 channels. Now, granted, there's nothing brand new on it, but all the old channels like Criminal Minds and all the crime shows that I watch anyway are on there. They're just reruns. And Maneater was really good. Maneater was a good song. Walk Like Egyptian. But here's something that I found that was really interesting. There's a Baywatch channel. You guys remember Baywatch? And there's a new Baywatch, I guess, like show in Hawaii. I don't know if they're calling it something different, like North Coast something or North Shore something on Saturday or Sunday nights. I don't know. But I was watching Baywatch, and I'm like, man, the 90s or the late 80s, man, our TV had to figure out those girls would barely have any clothes on. And I watched an episode of the new North Shore, same thing. Something's happened in our world because those people got a whole lot more clothes on now than they did back in the 90s. It was really weird because I would have thought it would have gone the opposite way. The Tubes, she's a beauty. You must love David Hasselhoff. Not really, but Soul Soothers as a Rat. Rat was good. I liked Rat. One in a Million Girl. Angel Eyes is one of my favorite songs. Welcome to the Jungle. Kiss, you gotta love Kiss. They don't identify as. But isn't it strange how back in the 90s when Baywatch was going on, and even I watched some old episodes of Chips, on one of the free stuff I got that our smart TV has. And the people are all skinny, just out on the beaches and the highways and the cities and the towns. There's hardly any fat people, and they're all wearing these hot, sexy outfits. And, man, Night Rangers is great. I listen to Night Ranger a lot. Henry says, Judas Priest, Alice Cooper was good. The Cars, Nazareth, goes on and on with the videos. Three's Company, yeah. But I was just so amazed. I'm watching Baywatch from way back in the day, and I'm like, Damn, those chicks were hot back then. What has happened to TV now? The girls are ugly on TV now. Can they not find pretty girls to put on TV anymore? I don't know what has happened. So, Happy Days is good. It's just weird. Sure, yeah, Laverne and Shirley. What did they drink? Milk and Pepsi, right? Remember that? And I've actually tried that. It's not half bad. So we've been letting the Baywatch channel run some. Michael says there was a Alice Cooper tune. Aspirin was why wasn't it released? Michael, why wasn't it released in the U.S., I wonder? Kiko saying Charlie's Angels? Yeah, the real ones, not the ones now. Rat Patrol, one of my favorite series. Okay. The girls and the legs were beautiful. Yeah. I mean, but I was just watching Baywatch going, what has happened? I think Americans or people have gotten uglier. Maybe we were the beautiful ones, and everybody that's coming after us are now uglier. That's okay. You don't have all the answers? Damn, Michael. I'm going to, every rose has its thorn. That's right. But yeah, I was just surprised how different TV is from watching some of these old things, way different than it is now. TV is. So I don't watch any modern television except for Skinwalker Ranch and The Curse of Oak Island. That's all the modern television I watch is stuff like that. I don't watch any modern stuff. Yeah, we had something called comedy. Did anyone ever go? Oh, yes, yes. We went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show and did the whole entire thing, including getting shit-faced drunk at it. Absolutely. We did all the parts. We knew everything, heart to heart. Man. Janet, you slut. Yeah, we looked forward to when they would bring the Rocky Horror Picture Show. We had one theater in Fayetteville that would run it and do it. And they would let you get all crazy and let you trash the place. And it was a blast. Whitesnake, This Is Love. Henry says he did the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was Magenta. Marco's in the house. What's up from Italy? And thank you for being here, Marco. Thank you for the thumbs up. How are you today? How are things in Italy? Did you ever attend the Medieval Manor? The Medieval Manor. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. God, I've had a coma since then. I don't remember. I know we did it every year down in Fayetteville, the Razorback Theater. Maybe I drank too much. I don't know. Magenta, like the color. Okay. Marco says, pretty good. Miss Buc-ee's. Seriously, you miss Buc-ee's? That's funny. If you guys don't know, Buc-ee's is a truck stop, non-truck stop. Actually, trucks aren't allowed at Buc-ee's. I take that back. Believe it or not, they don't allow semi-trucks into Buc-ee's. So it's a big, gigantic convenience store. The good old days, Henry says, yes. What do you miss about Buc-ee's? Maybe the barbecue hamburgers or the barbecue sandwiches? Michael says, I know about those. Buc-ee's. They're spreading like wildfire. Showbiz Pizza is now Chucky's. That's right. I remember when it was Showbiz. It was disgusting then, and it's disgusting now. There's also Love's Truck Stops. Which one do I like the best? I like Flying J's. I go by, when I can, I see Flying J's and TA's. Truck Stops America is not, the other thing. Or the food, all the great food in Italy. That's where I was going, Kiko. All the great food in Italy, and you're missing Buc-ee's? Oh, my showbiz is with the animated, yeah, remember that? Remember the animated bears, and they would sing songs and stuff? Man, that's crazy. Oh, that was your first job, was at showbiz. Nice. I got fired, well, I guess technically did I get fired? I guess so. He said the words, "you're fired," at my first job. I got fired from my first job. Every day you want me to pick you up something? Yes. Yeah, Sanders is my Buc-ee's every day, right? My first job was at Sonic. I was a cook at Sonic, and the manager was some punk kid who was like 20 years old. I was 16 at the time. And I guess since he thought he was 20 years old and I was 16, he could treat me like shit. So one afternoon, he found himself laying out on the floor in the kitchen. And when he came to, he told me I was fired. So every day you want me to pick up something? We had this blind girl come in every day to see Billy Bob. Oh my goodness gracious. Iconic, blind, see. I worked at Sonic. Yeah, I worked there for about 2 weeks. I didn't like the way he talked to all the other young employees. He was always trying to hit on the little girls. And one thing you don't do is put your hands on me. You never act like you're going to touch me with authority. That's not something you do. It doesn't work well. And he put his hand on me and acted like he was going to scold me or give me directions with an authoritative tone and touch. And he wound up sleeping on the floor for a while. I worked at Taco Bueno. They don't have any of them around here anymore. We had one for about 2 or 3 years and then it went away. I thought their food was better than Taco Bell, but Taco Bell is disgusting food. And then after that, I went to work at a nursing home. First job was a bouncer. One of my first jobs was a bouncer too. I bounced on the weekends and things at local bars. Even when I was 16 and 17, I was a big ass kid and I lifted weights and played football. And so they would bring me in and pay me and I would bounce bars. I did the same, Henry. My female boss kept touching me. I hate that. You got Taco Bell in the Philippines, just go eat it there. It's Taco Hell in America, you know. I found about 45 minutes away. Okay. I totally like Taco Bell. Well, all right. We won't hold that against you, Michael. Souther says, they tried to get me to mud wrestle. Nice. Reminds me of the movie Stripes, with John Candy, you know. But after that, I worked at a nursing home as a dishwasher. Then I was the afternoon cook, and I did that for several years. I cooked for all the old people. That's partly where I learned how to cook. Nothing beats my homemade tacos, but what else can you do in crunch in the Philippines? Hell, you can't even get decent taco fixing in the Philippines. You know. Isn't that crazy? And I think, hell, I think at Sonic I made like $2.35. And I think when I went to wash dishes, I got a big raise. I made like $3.10 washing dishes. Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's expensive to buy anything from now. Like, as I've ordered spices, I have them all need to make. Okay, good. But are you using ground pork? Because it's hard to find good ground beef in the Philippines. I wish I could make good homemade. I really like tacos. Um, I need to suck up some to some of my Hispanic friends and beg them to have their moms make me enchiladas or something good. Okay, so they got good ground beef. They got ground caribou, right? Are you sure it's beef? Are you sure it's not one of them there caribou? Big secret is cumin? Yes. I put cumin in my chili. I put it in my chili because I like chili dogs. John's eating chili dogs today, the piece of snot-noting farting guy. He's not very nice. Yeah, 235 sounds right for him. Yeah, right. Yeah, this would have been right around 1980. So, where's the beef? That was a great commercial by Wendy's. I mean, you couldn't get any better commercial than that. I mean, where's the beef? Now, I don't think anybody uses real beef in their hamburgers. I think it's some kind of. Do we know why Wendy's has square hamburgers? Why is that? I knew you were going to go down there. I knew you were going to go there. Oh my gosh. Hey, you want to hear? You know who I met? I'll tell you. Do you guys know who or what Little Debbie snack cakes are? You know, Little Debbie snack cakes in America and all over the world. I've actually met her twice. Sat down and had a conversation with her twice. Wow, you're making good money when you were a bouncer back then. Hell, I was probably not making more than $10 an hour. So yeah, Little Debbie's is right here where we live. They're one in right here in my part of the country is the home of Little Debbie snack cakes. They were one of my corporate sponsors for years and years when I was doing my conferences at the college, and she would come and speak. Sometimes she's a very shy lady. Debbie, the real Little Debbie, is a very shy older woman and never liked the limelight. But she would come and make appearances once in a great while and speak. So I sat down and talked with her. A couple, very nice older lady, just like somebody you'd meet at Walmart. You never know a thing. So this is I used to work karaoke. Kiko says, my wife just made pork shoe pow. My wife didn't make anything because she went to work. Instead, I had to go to Panda and buy her something to eat at work tonight. Because we had a bunch of running around to do. We had doctor's appointments, and we went and voted today. So if you guys are in America and you haven't voted yet, and if you're registered, go vote. But we had to go to the doctor and go register to vote and all that stuff, or go vote. So we went by and got her Panda. She likes the orange chicken from Panda. So that's what she's eating at work tonight. My wife's a really good cook. She just doesn't cook much. Yummy, yummy, yummy for my tummy, tummy, tummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy for my tummy. So yeah, I met that lady twice. I met Bill Clinton twice. The governors of Arkansas, all of them. I don't know. They all suck, except for Huckabee was a good guy. He was the only one that didn't drink. All the others were drunks. So, I would love to take cooking classes. I'm a good cook, but to be honest, I would really really like to to be trained better. But I would really like to understand the science of cooking. Is if you do A, B, and C, how does that interact with D and E? I really would like to understand the science of things of cooking better. Kigo says, well, I really don't care for it, but I'm going to eat it because she's my wife, and if I don't eat it, well, Mrs. Kiko will be sleeping, or I will be sleeping on the couch, and Mrs. Kiko will have the bed all to herself. Where first learn soul's vibe. But I would like to. I'm a very good baker. I baked a lot when I was a kid. And I got in bad habits of cooking the way nursing home people cook, boring. And I don't have much patience, but I would really like to understand the food science more. I really would. Why you cook at a certain temperature, what happens to the product. Why this, why that? Why did this ingredient counteract that ingredient? If you want to balance sweet and salty or savory or whatever it may be, why are they neutralizing each other? So Michael says it pronounced like sous vide. Sous vide. Sovici? Is that what you mean? I'll have to research that. I know a lot about eating. I know I'm fat, but you'd be shocked how much food I probably don't eat and how picky of an eater I am. It drives Lorelai crazy because I am such of a picky eater. Um, Life is too short to ask why at our age. You got that right. Not ceviche is fish that is raw, right? Cooked with acid. That's correct, like lemon juice or lime juice. We do that. Okay. So it's not that? Okay. Because I like ceviche. But here's the weird thing. Is this weird? The older I've gotten over the years, the better my palate is. Meaning, I don't want crap food. I don't want low quality food anymore. When I eat, I like to eat good quality ingredients, good quality food. I hate fast food. We eat it, but I hate it. It tastes like shit. But does that same thing happen to you guys? Do you guys find yourself in, being able to appreciate high quality meats and vegetables and things versus just whatever's on the table? It's a French thing. McDonald's then. I do like McDonald's fish fillet. I hate the bun, but I like their little pollock sandwich, man. That pollock sandwich, I like that pollock. I find a huge difference. It is weird. I just, when we go on cruise ships, I'm so excited because the cheese is going to be good quality. The fruit's fresh and healthy. The food is just better. If we go on traveling and we try to hit 5-star dining rooms and restaurants and we try to spend the money and go to better places when we're traveling. And man, Senegal, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. My favorite Filipino thing is probably lumpia. You're a Pollock that likes pollock. I like fish. But that's the only good thing at McDonald's is that pollock sandwich. I hate the bun, but the fish, because all it is minced up pollock made into a square patty. but I like that one. We had the Burger King fish sandwich a while back, and it was nasty, gross. It wasn't good at all. Henry says, I like real food. Well, and that's what I mean, Henry. I think we're growing up. We want better liquor, we want better beer, we want better food, and we already have better women, or at least I do. We want a better mate. How's that? Better cars, better dogs. Lumpia, yeah, I'm a huge lumpia fan, and I tell the people around here that cook it and that bring it, there's only a couple of them that actually know how to make it correctly. A lot of them screw it up, and I have to tell them it sucks. Yeah, I don't like the sinigang. Don't like it. There's a lot of the Filipino foods I don't like. Lumpia is good. I don't want to eat the fish eyeball soup and not sucking eyeballs out of fish heads and Norwegian cruise. Well, we're looking at a Norwegian and the Greek and to go to Greece or yeah, the Mediterranean. Nah, I don't do any bullshit foods. Yeah, well, they like to suck down them eyeballs. I can't do that. It's like, yeah, I don't like. I don't know. I love fish, but fish stew I just can't get into. Now, I love clam chowder, so I like a thicker stew. I like fish stews, but I don't like fish soups. It's kind of weird. I'm going to make a really good ginger lemon Filipino style chicken soup this winter for Lorelai and I. I have a Filipino cookbook and I try to take advantage, and I've made a bunch of the dishes out of it for her. And one I've been saving for the winter is a real nice lemon ginger chicken soup. So I'm looking forward to making that. Diana says she really likes catfish. We're not into catfish. We like fried catfish. I have a friend that owns a catfish restaurant here. I always had him cater my events. And I like his fried catfish, but it's farm raised. I don't like wild catfish because it's too muddy and dirty tasting. And we don't eat much trout here. We don't eat freshwater fish hardly at all. We do eat some trout every year, but that's about it. Yeah, and if you like catfish, one thing you ought to try at Walmart, if you go to Walmart, if they have it, look for a thing called sway. It's actually kind of like a catfish, but it tastes more like a saltwater fish. It's a really good fish, and you can cook it up many different ways. And it's a really, really nice fish. It's called sway. I think it's SWIA, sway. You'll find it where you find the tilapia. Comes in frozen bags. We eat it all the time. Well, yes, Henry, there is, and there's not. You know, a couple years ago, I made fun because the Philippines got an award for being the best destination in Asia for new cruise lines, but there's no cruise ships that go there. So there's supposed to be one cruise line that is supposed to go to the Philippines, but it never goes to the Philippines. Now, you can take a world cruise if you got that kind of money, and you can get over to Singapore or Hong Kong or Taiwan and places, and then fly over to the Philippines if you wanted to. But Diana says, not really been anywhere but Oklahoma. A friend of mine that doesn't ever want his name public owns many restaurants in the U.S. He's talking to me about retiring over here and starting maybe some new restaurants. Nice. Got to learn how to cook cheap Filipino food. So, and there's supposed to be a cruise. So, yes, they are supposed to go there. What a lot of people got confused about was during COVID, what happened was a lot of the cruise ships in Asia, in the region of Asia, they were anchored off of the coast of the Philippines. They were being moored there because they were, inactive. And so a lot of people got this impression that the Philippines was a cruise destination. But they did win an award for the best emerging Asian country for cruise ships, even though no cruise ship goes there. One of the best cruise destinations in Asia. Because when we lived there, we wanted to go to Singapore and Hong Kong and take the cruises all through there, but it just never happened for us. But I love cruises. Diana, maybe you should take a cruise. Get you a friend and book a cruise. A cruise is one of the greatest and the cheapest ways to travel, I think. I am a huge, gigantic cruise friend, fanatic. If we live closer, if we could get to go live in Southern Alabama, depending on Lorelei's work, if she didn't work, we would probably go on 6 or 7 cruises a year, without question. We'd have to find somebody to babysit our dogs, but we would go. Stepping away, friends. I may be back, I may not. Depends on how hard she throws the slipper at me for staying up all night. You better be nice to the wife. Well, we're going to get off of here in a few minutes anyway, Michael, just to give you a heads up. Yeah, go on a Jamaican cruise. Cruises are not expensive. You can get them from anywhere from 50 to 75 bucks a day. You're doing really good. I don't have friends. Oh. Well, there are single cruises, to be honest. There are single cruises. And then, of course, there are single cabins. You can book a cabin just for one, also on a cruise ship. All right, Michael, we appreciate you, though. Later, everybody from Kiko. Kiko, happy birthday, buddy. Well, you have to make some friends. Maybe do a church thing or find a community volunteer group that you can help out with and make some friends that way that you have a one-on-one connection with, that you can do that. Would be my suggestion. A hobby that you have that you guys can find somebody in your area that you can, get to know and do all of that good stuff. Anytime, Kiko. Remember, Craig will be out all week, he said, Kiko. So if you'll pass the word that Craig is, yeah. And it's good to have new friends. And you live in Oklahoma, so you're not that far from Galveston, the port of Galveston, where there's a lot of cruise ships. So a lot of cruises. Cruises are great. You need to just find you a friend. Oh, Henry, there's not. There's not. I know I've talked to other people about this because other people have asked me, how else can I get there? Unless you're willing to spend 3 or 4 months and $100,000, there's not. I'm sorry, Henry, there's really not another way to do that. There's not legally. Michael says, distant friends count? Maybe. I'm happy to make new friends in chat. Sure. See, you guys are friends now. But we need to find her one that she can go on a cruise with. So, or, you just get to meet people and you can do it. Just had to shake. Yeah, I agree with that. You got to get rid of the fake people. But if you get the chance, cruises are great. I tell everybody. I can't be that friend. I can just be a friend. Well, and that's all she's looking for. Michael already has a woman, plus Michael's in the Philippines. So you're a long distance friend. So, all right, thinking of friends, everybody, we appreciate everybody being here tonight. Henry, talk to you soon. Michael, appreciate you. Don't stress over anything, Michael. Soul Soother, Diana, we appreciate you again. As always, it's a pleasure. Remember, my email address is on my channel. You can just click on it if you want to email me, Diana. Henry, appreciate you. Kiko, happy birthday and good night to you. Good night to everybody else hanging out with us. So we will see you guys more than likely tomorrow night. Take care. Oh, we will see you tomorrow night for sure. Tomorrow's Thursday. So everybody, take care and enjoy your evenings and don't stress. Whoosh.